Alright, Love and Hip Hop New York, Season 8, Episode 15, Remix. We got Safari, Jacquay, and Cell. Pretty much Safari feels like Yandy is trying to take over his project, feels she's doing way too much. We got Jonathan and Anais. Jonathan felt embarrassed and is upset with Anais in reference to the trip. But they kiss, they make up, it is what it is. But let me see. Dreaming Bree, so Bree tells her that she did her beef with Mariah. Dream is mad that she did that, and I think she's more upset that she jumped into a beef that had absolutely nothing to do with her. So now she's just pretty much stranded, stuck like Chuck. Safari and Juju, they're doing pottery. They say it's not a date, but it truly is a date. He talks about the record. She mentions that he needs to bring this up since he didn't bring this up in St. Martin, which is a good. And also, why the fuck didn't you bring this up in St. Martin? So, Safari mentions that his mom has a liking to her, and she continues to say single, no mingle. Dreams with her mom. She tries to talk to her mom, and her mom pretty much tells her to be the bigger person, and even says to her, you wouldn't like it if somebody brought up your mother, so you already know mothers are off limits. And it's just crazy because it's like, because I'm pretty sure her mom was a teen mom, but it's crazy how much knowledge her mother has. And it's just like, I would actually like for Dream to actually like take some of the knowledge that her mother has and apply it to, her real everyday. So there's the so I have here Paradise song. Let me see. I guess that was them performing like in the studio performing song, I guess. Cayenne and Jacquay, she pretty much said sorry is nothing without change. If you can't do, and her whole thing is, if you feel that you can't do it in front of me, then you don't need to do it. And he wants her in his Shake Something video, but they kind of squashed the whole thing. Bianca and Mariah. Bianca's mad that she even entertained Bree. Mariah's trying to explain to her, just because we deaded this shit, it don't mean we friends. It just means that we're moving past the bullshit, especially because this really ain't had shit to do with me. And Mariah invites her to get on the Paradise record. So Bree, Mariah, and Dream Doll, it's an impromptu sit down. Bree brings up, she brings the girls to talk. And long story short, they're over the fucking drama because, again, it's one of those where Mariah was never supposed to have been in it. I guess Bree brought Dream Doll into it, and it was just some bullshit to begin with. You got Jacquay and Cayenne at his Shake Some video. Cayenne invites Anais. There was a room full of people when she exposed herself. And so it wasn't just him. And of course, the whole question comes up, why would you do that as a married woman? Cayenne pretty much is just like, like I said, I'm a gem, she's trash, blah, blah, yeah, the shit's over. Mariah and Safari. Mariah brings Bianca, I'm sorry. Bianca only showed up to stab Mariah in the back to show how it feels to be betrayed, which I'm just like, I see, like, I can so understand why you did it. I don't agree with it more. It's because, like, you are literally fucking up business and fucking up potential relationships, not necessarily with him. If there's other producers watching this shit, they probably not gonna want to deal with you. Safari calls her strong-headed, and she pretty much like strong-head, rap on his head. Pretty much called, I think she said work with whack bitches, some shit along those lines. Again, I wrote this shit like a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, so I apologize. Anais and Jonathan ice skating, they catch up. Jacquay and Cayenne, I guess, come up in the conversation. Ruben left the house. He wants her to fight for Jonathan wants her to fight for their marriage. She don't want her kids to go through what she went through. Okay, this is going to be longer than 5 minutes. I'm about to pontificate for a slight minute. But my thing is this. If you don't want your kids to go through what you went through because your parents divorced, why would you therefore put yourself in a situation for this to fucking happen? But I digress. You got Bianca Webstar. And long story short, Webstar pitted those girls against each other because he wanted them to fight musically. And I think what he wanted is for them to have this rivalry where they pull the better out of each other. Because a lot of that shit happened in the 90s where you had different, and I'll stick with female artists, where it's like you had many different female artists, but because there were so many, each female artist had to step their game up every time they came out with something because they were competing for that spot. But in him doing that and it not really coming across how he wanted it to, I would assume it went from a musical beef to just them straight out beefing for no fucking reason, and they spilled over into their personal life. All right, so that's it. I went slightly overboard because I had to pontificate just a little bit, but that was Love Hip Hop Miami. Married to Medicine is next, so see you guys in a minute.